In the colorful tapestry of NFL fashion, there have been some standout uniforms that have captured hearts and eyes alike. However, not all sartorial choices have been met with acknowledgement. To be honest, we love watching the players suit up, bruise and batter their bodies, rip and shred jerseys, dirty pants, and dent helmets. We love to wear our favorite players and team jerseys, but some uniforms are truly ugly, and we're difficult to accept. Welcome to our channel. And now, let's highlight the worst NFL jerseys of all time. Especially the latest uniform of the Denver Broncos, newly unveiled, immediately takes a position on top. Let's get started. Denver Broncos. Surely, if you are a huge fan of the Denver Broncos, you have to be satisfied with all uniform designs from past the present. And last month, immediately after this team announced players would have new uniforms for season 2024, all fans were eager to wear another masterpiece. Fans were hoping the uniforms would be a throwback resembling the Orange Crush uniforms from the 1980s. Especially when the Broncos dropped a hint about the new design on X, DraftKings responded to the tweet with, "Just bring these back," and a photo of John Elway in his orange uniform and blue helmet with the D logo. Fans are even more curious and looking forward to it. However, they got a really painful slap in the face. On April 22nd, the Denver Broncos announced their first major uniform update in 27 years on Monday, and not everybody was thrilled about it. Introducing the Mile High Collection. The new uniform highlights 5,280 and is known as the Mile High Collection. Each of the three colors, navy, orange, and white, is included in every uniform. The player's number is displayed on the front of the uniform along with the iconic Broncos and the words Broncos Country and 5,280 on the back collar. Instead of the recognizable D emblem that many fans had hoped for, the Broncos horse logo is included on the uniforms. Besides, the collection also features a new dark blue helmet, a color the team calls metallic satin, and introduces a throwback orange uniform that includes the legacy blue D helmet paying tribute to the Orange Crush era and the Broncos' first Super Bowl appearance in 1977. To advertise this design, the Broncos issued a video featuring Gradishar and star cornerback Patrick Surtain. The video contains an orange Ford Bronco and iconic spots from around the state such as Red Rocks Amphitheater, Larimer Square, and the Wells Fargo Center's cash register building. However, this design is not satisfactory to fans. On the post of the team account on X, many people expressed their disappointment and commented disparaging words. Let's see how social media responded. Can they unreveal them? These look awful. This is what happens when your staring quarterback is Jarrett Stidham. With these responses from fans, there is no quarrel with putting these designs on the list of the worst uniforms in NFL history. Okay, anyway, this is still the uniforms of the Denver Broncos next season, and fans learn how to accept it. New York Giants. The Denver Broncos isn't the only team causing negative reflections due to its newly announced uniform. The New York Giants also receives more fierce responses from its fans, even though there are no official designs from the team. There had been no previous indication that the New York Giants were releasing new jerseys until Antonio Brown's CTESPN-X account posted what appeared to be some leaked jersey concepts that were based on the Giants' 1933 uniforms. The red-colored kit has blue strips on the shoulder and torso. The numbers are written in white. If the leaked jersey is really what the Giants are going to wear this season, it would surely leave fans brimming with emotions. We'll have to wait for an official announcement from the team. Will the speculations turn out to be true, or the Giants have planned something else for their centenary celebrations? However, if these threads are indeed real from the New York Giants, fans did not receive them well at all. In fact, many took to social media and called for somebody to be fired over them. These guys seriously couldn't let the Broncos have the worst NFL news for even 12 minutes. Yeah, those are awful. And fire everyone if this is real. We think the New York Giants need to consider this design right now if they don't want to receive objections from fans and be on this list. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you're a full-fledged NFL fan from the initial period, like the decade of 1917s, surely you're not strange with Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniforms for the unique so that every fan didn't dare to wear on the team's game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers' original uniforms, worn from their inception in 1976 until 1996, are widely regarded as some of the most polarizing and unconventional in NFL history. These uniforms featured a vibrant color scheme with a bright orange jersey serving as the primary color. Complemented by accents of red, white, and a hint of black, the overall aesthetic was bold and attention-grabbing. The more I look at this uniform, the worse it gets. If you glance at the jerseys, you will miss it. You might not think they're terrible, but if you look at the numbers on them, you will see that they look exactly like alarm clock numbers. Too bad they don't glow in the dark, but man, thank goodness they changed them right before Tom Brady joined the team. If not, this team would probably suck. Just kidding. Seattle Seahawks. And you thought the Seahawks jerseys couldn't get any worse? We're almost positive the bright lime green blinded a couple of unlucky souls. Those who were able to dim their television sets quickly escaped with minimal injuries to their retinas. Honestly, the original neon green uniforms of the team are just bad. It looks like green highlighters running around. While they may have only been worn once, they were intended to become a regular fixture in Seattle's lineup, as well as it not being a temporary throwback. People thought it was an internet hoax about adding the neon green color. Nope, it wasn't. They kept the blue on the sleeves, which made no sense, and then added the numbers in not blue but white. Adding to this were the blue pants. The jersey scheme was just bad. Thankfully, they scraped these uniforms after the season. Minnesota Vikings! For a disheartening 6-year stretch spanning from 2006 to 2012, the Minnesota Vikings subjected their loyal fans to uniforms that could only be characterized as utter monstrosities. These uniforms, adorned with side paneling that awkwardly accommodated logos, resulted in a visual cacophony that left much to be desired. Yet, among this sea of sartorial missteps, the all-purple ensemble emerged as the undisputed epitome of poor design. Drenched in an overwhelming abundance of purple, the uniform seemed to suffocate under its own excess, lacking the finesse and balance that characterized more successful uniform designs. Thankfully, the indignity of witnessing this eyesore was spared for the most part, as it made only fleeting appearances during the 2007 and 2010 seasons. However, despite the abysmal execution of the all-purple set, it's important to acknowledge that other iterations of the Vikings' all-purple uniforms have managed to strike a more harmonious balance, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the sea of regrettable design choices. The rest of the jerseys from this era belong in the dishonorable mentions. With all the problems these uniforms had, they at least were creative and stood out among the rest of the NFL teams. Although, is this really a good thing? Pittsburgh Steelers. How about the uniform of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Do you like it? Here we are when the uniforms really started going downhill. Another 1934 throwback that was expected to be worn only in 2012 to celebrate 80 years of Steelers, yet it went on 3 years longer than it should have. The Steelers looked more like bumblebees on the field than football players. It was just funny in general just watching them run out on the field with these on. Anytime the opposing team would have the ball, it just looked like a swarm of bees tackling them. Together with this was just how the numbers on the front and back were boxed out with each number in it. Additionally, the name on the back just blended in with the jersey itself. If they wanted to do the real throwback, they should have made it the sweater in which it was then. In short, the pads and sweaters worn back then wouldn't work out well in today's NFL. So this is the best they could do. Philadelphia Eagles. Among the plethora of iconic uniforms worn by the Philadelphia Eagles, there exist a few that stand out for all the wrong reasons. Chief among these sartorial blunders are the 1934 uniforms, which were a visual assault of bright powder blue and gold. Far from being aesthetically pleasing, these colors clashed in an unappealing manner, assaulting the eyes of spectators. Adding insult to injury, the intense sunlight only exacerbated the issue, making it nearly impossible to decipher the last names and numbers adorning the jerseys. Furthermore, the choice of shiny fabric only served to amplify the cheap and tacky appearance of the uniforms. As if that wasn't bad enough, the fabric's poor moisture-wicking properties meant that sweat and water would cling to the jerseys, refusing to evaporate and leaving players feeling uncomfortable and weighed down. All in all, the 1934 uniforms epitomized a regrettable chapter in the Eagles' uniform history, serving as a stark reminder that even storied franchises can stumble when it comes to fashion choices. The ugly uniforms may not affect the performances of NFL players, but partly decrease the love of fans towards this team. Add the uniforms that you feel that they are the ugliest ones in NFL history. If we miss, please subscribe to our channel to update the latest and interesting informations about the NFL.